Hey ladies. Ever wonder how to make a man think about you, even when you're not around? What if there were just 4 secret moves to settle into his mind and stay there, effortlessly? Today, I'm revealing the first 2, and trust me, once you master them, you'll stop chasing attention and start owning it. Let's get into it. Make him feel like a better man. Let's start with something no one ever tells you. Men aren't obsessed with women who constantly shower them with compliments or bend over backwards to please them. They become obsessed with women who make them feel more like themselves, but elevated. The kind of man they aspire to be, not just the man they already are. If you want to live in his head rent-free, you need to become the person who subtly yet powerfully unlocks that version of him. The version he secretly hopes is inside but maybe doesn't show the world often. And once you do that, oh, honey, you don't just become another girl in his life. You become the spark that sets off a full-blown identity shift. Why is that so powerful? Because when you help someone feel like a better version of who they are, you're not just attractive, you're transformational. And people never forget who made them feel that way. That's how emotional attachment forms. That's how obsession starts. It's not from grand gestures. It's from subtle emotional rewiring. So what does this look like in practice? Let's say he's talking about a dream or goal, maybe he's working on a side hustle, or thinking about switching careers. Most women either nod politely or give generic encouragement. But you look at him and say, you know, I can totally see you leading your own team. You have that quiet confidence people trust. Boom. In that moment, something inside him wakes up. Or maybe he's just making you laugh, being playful. Instead of just giggling and moving on, you pause and say, you have this way of making everything more fun. I love that energy. It's simple, it's honest, but it sticks. The key is, you're not feeding his ego, you're feeding his evolution. You're gently showing him that he's more capable, more interesting, more magnetic than even he realized. And you're doing it without being obvious, without being manipulative, and without turning yourself into a pick-me girl. And here's where it gets even more important. This feeling you give him, this internal shift, becomes addictive. Because we, as humans, are drawn to anything that helps us expand. And once he associates that feeling with you, you don't even have to be around. He'll be thinking about you in the car, in a meeting, late at night. Why? Because he wants that feeling again. And you're the source of it. But here's the twist. This isn't just about lifting him up once or twice. It's about being consistently tuned into his strengths, his hidden talents, the things that make him come alive, and reflecting those things back to him without ever being performative. You don't need to tell him he's amazing every 5 minutes. You just need to create moments, intentional, thoughtful moments, where he feels seen in a way that empowers him. Moments that help him say to himself, I like who I am with her. That right there is the secret to lasting chemistry. Let me be crystal clear. You are not his coach, his therapist, or his motivational speaker. You're not trying to fix him. You're just giving him space to be his boldest, most confident self, and enjoying that version of him when it shows up. And when he starts seeing himself as more attractive, more respected, more valuable because of the way you interact with him, that's when he starts replaying your conversations in his head. That's when he starts missing your energy. That's when he starts imagining a future, not just with a woman, but with you. He's not thinking about the girl who texted him nonstop, or the one who played games. He's thinking about the woman who helped him feel like a man, not just any man, but the kind of man he always wanted to become. And that woman? She's unforgettable. Master the magnetic gaze. Let's talk about the silent, secret language that most women completely overlook, your eyes. These aren't just features on your face, they're a direct portal to emotional intimacy. And when used right, they don't just attract, they ignite something deeper in a man. Something primal, emotional, and completely unforgettable. Here's the truth. Deep eye contact isn't just sexy, it's psychological. Studies have shown that couples who hold prolonged eye contact early on are significantly more likely to bond emotionally. Why? Because eye contact creates a moment of presence. A feeling of, it's just you and me right now, and nothing else matters. That's the kind of connection people remember. Now let's be real, maintaining eye contact can feel vulnerable. Intense, even. That's exactly why it works. Most people are so distracted, looking around, checking their phones, scanning the room, they rarely really see the person in front of them. So when you hold his gaze, not stiffly, but softly and intentionally, you immediately stand out. Here's how to get it just right. Don't lock in like you're challenging him to a staring contest. This isn't poker night. It's presence with a whisper of seduction. Soften your eyes, just a little. Let your gaze be open, unhurried. Add the subtlest hint of a smile, like you're enjoying a delicious secret you're not quite ready to share. Your expression should feel like a savor, not a stare. The magic happens when your eyes say something your mouth never does. Something like, "I see you. Not just what you're showing me, I see the man underneath." That unspoken recognition? That's addictive. Because we all want to be seen, really seen, and when you're the woman who offers that, you become unforgettable. But here's where most people mess it up. They forget that eye contact isn't just about the eyes. It's a full-body experience. You can't pair a magnetic gaze with stiff shoulders, crossed arms, or posture that says, "Please don't look at me too long." That disconnect kills the vibe. Your body has to support your gaze. So relax your shoulders, open up your posture, lean in just enough to signal, "I'm here with you." Let your body move subtly with the rhythm of the moment. A shift in weight, a gentle nod, a hand resting loosely. These micro-movements communicate comfort, warmth, and openness. They complete the message your eyes are already sending. And don't underestimate the role of stillness. When you're calm and grounded, holding that space with your eyes, you become the focal point. The eye of the storm. He'll feel drawn in, not because you're performing, but because you're present. That's incredibly rare, and incredibly magnetic. Now, here's the golden rule. Your energy must match the story your eyes are telling. If your eyes are seductive but your body is anxious, he'll feel the tension. If your eyes are warm but your voice is rushed or uncertain, the spell breaks. Every part of you, your gaze, your posture, your tone, your stillness, should align in one effortless message. "I see you. I like what I see. And I'm not going anywhere." And don't be afraid to play with it. Glance away now and then, just to return with more intention. That moment of separation followed by reconnection? It's powerful. It builds tension, the good kind, and makes him crave the return of your attention. Because in the end, it's not just about looking at him. It's about inviting him in. Giving him the feeling that being with you isn't just fun or flirtatious, it's electric. Charged, emotionally alive. When your eyes speak, and your body listens, you don't have to say a single word to be unforgettable. Share a secret, just for him. If you want to create instant intimacy with a man, the kind that lingers long after the conversation ends, share a secret. Not a dramatic confession or a life-altering trauma. Just something small, personal, unexpected. Something that says, "You're different. You're someone I can let in." Revealing a little secret isn't about oversharing. It's about offering him a peek behind the curtain. It signals something powerful, not just trust, but emotional selectiveness. You're telling him, "I don't show this side of myself to just anyone." And trust me, that message hits deeper than any flirtatious smile or carefully crafted text. Why does this work so well? Because men, just like women, crave meaning. They crave connection. And when you offer them a moment of realness wrapped in playfulness or vulnerability, you instantly shift from "interesting woman" to "someone unforgettable." Suddenly, you're not just another pretty face. You're the one who made him feel something real. But the key here is balance. You don't want to emotionally unload on someone you've just met. Instead, pick a story that's light but layered. Maybe it's funny. Maybe it's a little embarrassing. Maybe it's something slightly odd that only your closest friends know. The important thing is that it feels exclusive. Imagine telling him about the time you got locked out of your Airbnb in Paris wearing only socks and a silk robe, and had to get help from a cafe owner using a Google Translate app. Or the phase where you convinced yourself you had a psychic connection with your dog, and tried to, telepathically, communicate for a week. Those kinds of stories? They're gold. Why? Because they do more than entertain, they reveal. They tell him you're self-aware. You can laugh at yourself. You've lived, you've traveled, you've been ridiculous and charming and human. And above all, you're not afraid to let someone in on the joke. This is where humor becomes your secret weapon. A slightly awkward or unexpected twist not only makes the story more memorable, it makes you more memorable. Men remember how you make them feel, and nothing breaks the wall faster than laughter combined with honesty. It's irresistible. But here's the subtle brilliance: the story isn't really the story. It's the message beneath it. You're showing him, there's more to me than what you see. I've got layers, stories, hidden corners, and he'll want to explore all of them. And don't underestimate the power of delivery. Lower your voice just a touch. Lean in, add a conspiratorial smile, like you're letting him in on something no one else knows. This doesn't just create a moment. It creates a memory, and memories tied to emotion, especially positive emotion, are what keep you running through his mind days, even weeks, after one conversation. One woman I coached told her date about how a seagull once stole a herring right out of her sandwich while she was walking through Amsterdam. On the surface, it's a silly travel moment. But it also said, I travel. I laugh. I don't take life too seriously. And I know how to tell a great story. That man didn't just smile, he remembered. He brought it up 3 dates later. That's the magic. You're not trying to impress him with achievements. You're letting him feel like he's been allowed into your private world, just for a moment. Like you handed him a backstage pass to the real you. And once he gets that glimpse, he'll want more. Because at the end of the day, attraction is easy. Real connection? That's rare. And it starts with one unexpected, slightly ridiculous, perfectly placed secret that's his, and his alone. Be the woman he can't quite figure out. Let's be real, what pulls a man in deeper than anything else? It's not perfection. It's not predictability. It's mystery. That subtle sense of, there's more to her than she's letting on, is what keeps you circling his thoughts long after the conversation ends. When a man feels like he knows everything about you in the first 10 minutes, there's no reason to stay curious. No reason to keep thinking about you. But when he senses there's something more, something just out of reach, he starts leaning in. Emotionally, mentally, even physically. He wants to figure you out. Not because you're confusing, but because you're layered, complex, intriguing. Here's the catch. Being mysterious doesn't mean being distant, cold, or aloof. It means being intentional, holding just enough back that he wants to ask. That he finds himself wondering, what's her story, or what was she about to say just then? It's the art of being present and open, without giving everything away. Think of it like a great movie trailer. It teases the best parts, hints at a story, builds tension, but never spoils the whole plot. You want him leaning forward, hungry for the next scene. You can create that kind of intrigue with the simplest phrases. I was about to say something, but I'm not sure you're ready for it yet. You just reminded me of something kind of unexpected. I'll tell you later. Or even with a look, a pause, a smile, a raised brow that says, you'll have to earn this one. It's not manipulation, it's invitation. An invitation for him to explore you emotionally, mentally, maybe even spiritually. You're letting him know you're not a book that can be skimmed and tossed aside. You're a story worth reading slowly, chapter by chapter. The goal isn't to be unreadable. It's to be revealed over time. The more he gets to know you, the more he should realize there's still more to discover. A memory he didn't know you had. A side of you he's just beginning to see. That unpredictability? That's what hooks him. That's what makes you the woman he thinks about at night. This subtle mystery also creates anticipation, and anticipation is one of the most intoxicating emotional states. When you hint at something and don't immediately deliver, you're creating mental space for him to fill in the blanks. And he will. He'll replay that moment, that half-finished sentence, that unexpected glance, again and again. It becomes a loop in his mind, and you're at the center of it. Mystery also communicates self-worth. It says, I don't need to lay everything out to be seen. I know my value, and I don't need to prove it. That kind of confidence isn't just rare, it's irresistible. So here's your mantra. Suggest, don't show. Tease, don't tell. Let him feel like he's discovering a woman who reveals herself not all at once, but layer by beautiful layer. Because once a man realizes he can't fully figure you out, he won't want to stop trying. These aren't just tricks. They're emotional anchors, the kind that plant you in his mind long after the conversation ends. If this resonated with you, give the video a like and don't forget to check out the free video course, The Formula for a Happy Marriage, linked below. It's full of powerful tools that go way deeper into the art of emotional attraction and soulful connection. Subscribe, hit that bell, and get ready, because the next chapter of your story is about to begin.